Alright, so this video has to do with people in other countries that don't have rights to bear arms. Right? These are arms. And also these are arms. But what I'm saying is, I wrote down a little pinpoint. Let's see, weapons, rights versus self-defense, veterans. So the veterans died for this. And it's all about intention, right? I bring this pretty much everywhere with me. I brought it to Mass today. Never chopped anyone's head off, so I don't plan on doing it because I'm a Christian. The reason I go to the Catholic Church is there's a lot of evil people that go to the Catholic Church, and it's more or less of spiritual warfare, if you will. I mean, the Catholic Church has been part of ecumenism, theosophy, the New Age, climate change, the list goes on and on, but I bring it there for self-defense because the veterans died for it. They're dead. I mean, the veterans in Iraq, Afghanistan, and now we have a bunch of people from the Middle East coming into this country. Now, that being said, not all of them are violent, not all of them are religious extremists, but the thing that gets me is these people who are in this religious extremist movement, whatever you want to call it, they don't stand up for their own religion. They don't defend it. They don't say, hey, this is why so-and-so cut someone's head off, because they were possessed by a demon or something like that, right? Because that's all it really is these people who practice these other religions, they get possessed by demons. And however you want to look at that, you can look at it that way. But this is also partially due, or this video is in part. Look at that. I have weird muscles, very sinewy, but it's in part to do with the people in Europe who don't have weapons. I would highly recommend getting one of these if you can. If not, smuggle it into the country. I don't know. Build one, make one. You guys are supposed to be smarter than us. I'm sorry. But it's like, it's a giant Maracniv. It's a Svorodtemsky. I would consider this, if we do go to Civil War, my dad's over there, that would be standard issue, right? For me, anyways. Also, Pykrete body armor. So I carry this like this. Pretty big, thick, heavy. And you don't have to, you can use the other end, wrap it in a cloth, and then, use it as like a bone breaker. I don't know what you want to call it. I'd also recommend people in Europe to get maybe a gun like this. One that has, standard capacity. This is supposed to have 15 to 17 rounds, right? So there's nothing in the chamber now. And, use your brain. If you're gonna have I have a concealed weapons permit. I don't go around shooting people. I do want to shoot the cell phone towers really bad. But it's like, I want, use your brain, this gun doesn't go off by itself. I mean, as many times as these technocrats and these Jesuits and whoever threatcast me and use their NASA, their thelema, right? Their willpower. No matter how many times, okay? I'm the person in charge of this. Okay? And that's just it. Okay? But I would recommend people, in Europe, elsewhere, Japan even, Japan. I'm going to make a separate video on Japan, for my own reasons. Has to do with World War II, the United States, the military, but that's just a different video. But mainly, this video has to do with the United States, Europe, Canada, especially Canada. I know there's Chinese people in Canada. I know there's Indians in Canada that are um, trying to infiltrate the United States via BRICS. I know that there's Muslims in, can you say that? What's that? They have, South America is a very communist country. They have ties to Hamas, ISIS, and the Catholics / Jesuits are helping them in this country. They're trying to foment this this World War III, if you will. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea to go to World War III, but hey, I mean, let's pretend, right? Yeah. So I would recommend people, buying one of these legally. And if I were in the European Union, mind you, try to get out of the European Union, or try to have more rights, if you will, in Canada, elsewhere. I mean, the veterans, you had veterans who fought in Afghanistan too. Maybe not France. They decided to go off of. They decided to use freedom fries or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. It's just a little joke. But yeah, 17 rounds capacity. Oh, by the way, don't blow up any buildings, because that's what they want. See, they want buildings to be blown up, and it's probably going to be these Nazis, these fascists, these occultists who view people as like an avatar or an energy force, right? And the more people they eliminate, the more power they get, right? That's what they believe in, like the Illuminati, right? Also, in Europe, I would recommend staying away from the occult. Hitler was part of the occult. No surprise. And look what he did to Europe. Look what he did to Germany. He declared war on Russia after he became their ally. I mean, the guy was completely possessed, right? I mean, it completely possessed. And Germany lost territory in World War II because of it. A lot of people don't know that for some reason. But, yeah. I would recommend, hold on. Staying away from the 5G technology. It's causing a lot of threat casting. A lot of these mass shootings in fact, are caused by the 5G technology. Like I said, they have the capabilities of connecting your brain, your avatar, your whole body, in a sense, your spirit, to the cloud, and then go around and harass people virtually. I mean, there is such a thing as virtual rape. And they target your genitals, etc. Very uncomfortable, very annoying. But those would be my choice weapons if I were to go to a civil war conflict. I mean, the number one thing I would do is blow up the cell phone towers. No one has to die. And then just, incrementally take out cell phone tower to cell phone tower to cell phone tower. And then until they fix it, It's we the people, not the Freemasons, Jesuits, Knights of Columbus, the Boston Tea Party, right? I mean, you can go flood the West Coast all you want, or create little tunnels where it floods up. I mean, I don't care. Weapons of choice. Yeah, Europe is okay. That's why Europe is getting closer. I read the line below it. Europe is getting closer to fascism. What led Nazi Germany into fascism was the occult. Literally, that's all it is. It's like the occult, Jesuits. Catholic means universal. So that's where they're going. They want that big cataclysmic event. And then it's not going to be the Pope. It's probably going to be some Indian guy, some guru, who comes down on some spaceship claiming to be the Antichrist, or Jesus, if you will. And then all these dumbasses follow him because they don't want to read the Bible. I don't know. Excuse me. Rape in the Metaverse, Yakima Jesuits. So there's a lot. I live in Yakima, Washington. There's a lot of FEMA camps that are hidden. You can look up. I mean, if you ever go around, they have these giant barbed wire that are facing inward instead of outward. So that's a telltale sign that it's a FEMA. It's a FEMA town, essentially. I think it's going to be. I think it was supposed to be the 9/11. There was supposed to be a 9/11 happen here. Maybe not. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. They've always wanted to take away these people's rights, take away our rights, we the people. I mean, this is the kind of crap that happens when you join a secret society. These people, they have this inclusive mindset where they're going to control everything and they're going to be gods, and then people are going to submit to them. It's like, here, come take my gun. And I've been how do I say that? I made videos on the Space Force. It's like voice to skull technology. Like you can look up the stuff. It's not hard to figure out. What else was I going to say? So yeah, they want to take away guns. They want to take away liberty. There is no more fair elections because of cryptocurrency. I'm considered an asset, right? A tangible asset. They trade my information. These internet companies trade my information online. And they bid on it to the highest bidder, I guess you could say. How do I say? Government targeting people. So yes, the United States government targets people on purpose. They do this with the intent to take away firearms. They want to control everyone. They want everyone to just voluntarily give in their firearms, give in their, their giant Marachnib knives. And that's stool. I'm sitting on a stool. Steel tool. So it's super heavy duty, super thick. And I would recommend anyone in the United States buying one. But buy one not on Amazon. Buy one on their own website, okay? Or something similar. Go buy a Tops knives or something. You know what I mean? Never use Amazon because it's addicting for one. They have their crappy point system too. And they're trying to create that mark of the beast. Buy and sell only on Amazon, if you will. And then it has ties to the Jesuits and all this crap. But don't use Amazon. Boycott Andy Jassy and Tim Cook. And do not use iPhones anymore. They're very insecure. They're very hackable, and no one should use Amazon. What else? Nazism called threat casting. I don't know. I think that's it for now. Oh, okay. So mostly again, Europe with the European people too. Beware of tribalism, especially if you're into the esoteric part of stuff. I mean, if people are naturally curious, right? I get that. I am too. But if you're starting to practice this stuff and apply it in a religious atmosphere, or a religious mindset, if you will, it's very dangerous, and it's going to lead to Nazism, fascism, and that's not what you want. In the that's not what you want in your European countries or elsewhere. Well, I think I was going to mention the Indians. Yeah, so the Indians want a caste system. I think these other elitists want something similar. So they want us to voluntarily give them our weapons, if you will, or even worse, have you pledge allegiance to them. I mean, half the people in the United States can't even say the Pledge of Allegiance anymore. And it's under God, right? It's not under Allah. It's not under Jesus Christ. It's not under the Pope. It's just under God, right? Not hard to figure out. So, and if you want to know the people responsible for that, it's the women. It's the Theosophists. It's these people who want to control men. It's always been like that. But that's what they're going for. So just be aware of that. I would recommend getting one of these. Working out, not smoking weed or drinking too much. A glass of whatever is fine, but especially the weed, because the weed, for some reason, I used to smoke weed, and the weed has an effect on the 5G. It's very, very bad. It's like, it takes it to a whole nother level. So I would not, because we have, marijuana is illegal in Washington State, and maybe if you take it orally, maybe it's different, but, if you smoke it, I would not recommend smoking it because it has a really negative effect on you. Linking together with like-minded people is going to be a challenge for me because I'm currently blacklisted by Yakima. Yakima is a cartel town. Yakima is a diocese town. Yakima is a Catholic town, ecumenical town, universal town, whatever you want to call it. It's a very corrupt place. On the police cars, they have best customer service, right? It's not to serve and to protect. It says best customer service on the police cars. It's like, what are you guys doing? You know what I mean? Anyway, that's about it. Buy one of these, or something similar. And then, an armed society is a polite society. The number one thing I would recommend is shutting down this 5th generation cell phone communication networks. Thank you.